This house is over a century old and it finally got the update it deserves. I'm Ariel Roberts with Roberts Studio Design. Let's take a look. This is the formal living room of our Willetta project, and this space originally had a layout that was quite closed off, so they were unable to really welcome guests from a visual standpoint. And the way that this space serves for them is both a drop zone, it's the first space that you actually enter within the home, and as like an adult sort of hosting area. They are avid whiskey collectors, so we made sure that this really became a room that they can enjoy a glass of whiskey together at the end of the night, or at least welcome guests in from a hosting perspective as well. So we achieved that with opposite facing sofas and a chair flanking. The whole purpose of this space is conversation and connection, and the layout switch up really helps with that. In addition to highlighting some of the beautiful elements of the home that are original, bringing out a lot of color within the stained glass door that is original to its 1918 year that it was built, and the fireplace as well. So centering things around some really, intense and original moments within the home. So as we start heading upstairs, the focus that we really wanted for this was a deep saturation in the staircase wall, which ties into the colors of both the upholstery and the feeling that we're starting to really get moodier as the home contracts. So we mimicked this very sort of deep Merlot color in a couple different variations of shade in the dining room and in the kitchen. And we also have some very dark moodiness as we head upstairs as well. The homeowners are very eclectic in their tastes and their art, so we wanted to make sure we highlighted the area behind this deep saturation with large scale art so we can really create some depth and bring the eye all the way back, which we've achieved with some really beautiful oils on canvas that is completely just unstretched. It's just original and raw on the edges, which we love, from a local artist to Phoenix. So as we go through the kitchen, you have this transition zone, which we have called the larder. And this was a space that was original to the home. A lot of conversations that the clients had had with previous, friends, consultations in the past with other designers. They had talked about opening this up into the kitchen itself, but that would also kind of risk the integrity of the original layout of the home. So what we had talked about is actually leaning into it and creating a really beautiful art piece and highlight in this kitchen, with the larder being something that is deeper in color. You have visibility all the way within, and it's functional, but it's also something that's really beautiful. You also have almost no wall space within this kitchen. It's all cabinets or window or, actual interior walls. So creating something that feels like art without actually having to hang anything on the walls was the goal. And by saturating just this corner and then creating some really beautiful natural stone element for the backsplash and countertop here, we've created depth. Your eye goes as far back as it possibly can, and it pulls you in so the space does feel cozy and immersive, but it's still extremely open and welcoming to other areas of the home for conversation, for hosting. No one is isolated when they're in this kitchen working, when they're cooking. Everyone is part of the community sort of feel when you're actually in this space. Our dining room connects immediately to the kitchen. So this has to feel both separate but together in integration. This also is the main thoroughfare from the front door all the way through the family room. So this wall sees a lot of shoulder traffic to and from. This was something we talked to the clients about right away, in that this wall really can't afford to have things hung on it without kids running by, without shoulders bonking stuff. So we talked about doing something that's like a permanent art installation, and we framed out some really beautiful citrus and floral wallpaper so that it is still a visual art moment. It has some gravitas to it, but it doesn't risk any sort of thoroughfare accident along the way. This is the family room of sorts. It is very small. Again, in a historic home, we have to really create different moments that have bigger purposes in smaller spaces. So we created something that felt very cozy. In a sense, it's almost like their theater room, where the entire furniture unit is all in one. They can all pile in as a family, watch a movie together. And because of that, we wanted the entire space color drenched, from walls, ceiling, to the actual upholstery within it, to the window treatments. It feels very womb-like in a sense, where everything is the same color and it's completely all-encompassing. So you can just let your nervous system rest. They can enjoy time together as a family and really have it serve its purpose, which is an end of the night wind down area. Welcome to the primary suite of Willetta. So what we wanted to do up here, this space is completely separate from the rest of the home. The entire floor is the primary suite. So there isn't anything else on the second floor other than truly adult space. And there is a really unique feature in a very off-center window. So we knew that we had to do something to balance the symmetry of that and the weight of that, but also not lose any of that natural light that's coming in from our single window and from our adjoining office space. So what we did was a really beautiful, low, slightly curved custom headboard in 3 massive pieces. It's over 15 feet long. And the entire wall now is a headboard essentially. So we've softened as much as possible for this space. We've brought a deeper version of the wall color into the headboard. So we're just extending that out slightly. And we did a custom built-in just to the left of the window so that we actually have 2 very similar shapes and sized pieces, just in different visual elements, with our 2 pendants that really help flank and ground the space from a symmetry standpoint. And we actually did mimic the dental tooth trim on the built-in that you see upon the entry of the front door. So there are small little tiebacks throughout the entire home that really start to lend toward it being a complete story from start to finish. Thank you for letting us share the story of this home and this project with you guys. Every home and project is as unique as the clients are, so we hope you check out another one.